Did you know that something like 90% of the businesses close within 5 years of starting? That means there's a very good chance that something is going to happen that you don't think about, and this thing is actually going to kill your business. That's why it's super important. Did you know that about 90% of businesses actually shut down, go out of business within 5 years of starting their company? Honestly, last year almost ruined me because it turns out that my accountant did a mistake, forgot to pay the proper taxes for the previous 2 years, and the debt from that mistake almost ruined me. But luckily I was able to pull through. But since then, I'm actually taking the time, dedicated every once in a while, every quarter or 6 months, 1 hour to think about what are the risks to my business. And I did this today. The way I do this is, again, I dedicate 1 hour and I write the bullet list. What are the things that can actually hurt me, that can actually ruin my business, actually kill me? And then I make this list and I put it on a spreadsheet and I rank them based on what will be the impact, like how horrible would this be if this thing actually happened, and then how likely it is to happen, because maybe it's a huge impact but it's not very likely. And then what can I do about this? How much out of that is in my, I can do, because I can't control if there's going to be like economic meltdown. That's not within my possibilities to impact, but some things I can impact, and then I want to solve them. I want to create an action plan out of it. So this kind of framework, I got it from reading the book The Road Less Stupid, which I think I've mentioned on the vlog previously. I did this today and actually made a list and ranked them. Let me tell you what are the 3 biggest risks to my business right now and how I'm trying to take care of them. So the first risk was that I can't work. If something happens to me physically, if I can't work together, then my business is actually ruined, right? I'm a freelancer. I do everything by myself, and my family depends on me. If I can't get the work done, if my clients won't pay me, obviously, because I don't do the work, and that's actually literally is going to kill my business because there's not other money coming in. And so I was thinking, like, what can actually make this happen? Like, what can go wrong, and how can I impact that? So there's 2 things which immediately came to mind. The first one is I'm riding a bicycle and kind of an electric scooter, and everybody's telling me all the time, wear a helmet, and I'm not wearing it, honestly, just because I feel like it's going to ruin my hair, my nice hair. But I was always making excuses not to buy a helmet. But now that I actually see that just this risk of falling on my bicycle, just on my way to a client meeting and getting injured and not being able to work either for a period of time or indefinitely might ruin my business. But the consequences, it's going to ruin my family. That's like horrible. That's like stupid. I gotta buy a helmet. Pause, went online, bought a helmet, done. The second thing is that I've got insurance. It's called, I'm not sure how to translate this to English, but it's like, what if you can't work insurance, something like that. And it's basically you define what salary you want in case you can't work anymore. And I do have this insurance, but I think that it's not high enough because I've been making more and more money in recent years, and I'm not sure that I've updated to reflect what my family depends on today. So my second action item was to talk to my insurance person and make sure that the insurance is actually high enough. Second thing that was on my list is, again, my accountant making a mistake. Now I've replaced the accountant that made the original mistake, and I actually have, my wife is helping me manage finance right now. But in order for that not to happen again, I need to make sure that both me and my wife are following what the accountant is doing on a weekly or monthly basis, see that everything is done correctly, legally, we're paying enough tax and everything, and then we're not liable for anything. And for that, I do have a kind of an appointment scheduled weekly to go over the finance of my business. The third thing was if I don't have any clients. Now this risk, as time goes along, this risk kind of decreases. Now I have other income streams based on the YouTube, the courses that I'm doing, other businesses that I have. And so I'm not heavily dependent on client work as I was in the past. It's still about 50% of my revenue, and so if I end up without clients, it's still going to hurt my business. Maybe not wipe me out completely like it was a year or 2 years ago, but it's still important for me to have clients ongoing. And so I have the action items from that is to always work the pipeline and generate more leads, which means going out to more events, reaching out to more people, following up with everybody who wrote me and wanted to discuss potential work with me. So those are the action items that I gotta take care of if I don't want to find myself in a few months without any clients. I think the main takeaway from this video is you have to take time to think about this. Otherwise, something might surprise you or blindside you, but it's probably not something that you could have not thought about or taken actions in advance to, if not completely remove the risk, but at least reduce it so it's not going to completely ruin you. Hope you found this useful. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.